Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Um, okay, so this is gonna be an interesting one. Um, like those of you who's been with me, you guys know I've been like getting this feeling. It's been a couple of months, but I'm gonna make it like brief. The past is like following you. I don't know if anything's in retrograde. I really don't look that stuff up, but the past is following you. Now things could be a little bit more intimate, like you finding out more details, or if you're remembering things, you're probably like seeing the hidden feelings and or meaning of like that event or person, place, or thing. Does that make sense? Um, because what I'm feeling right now is I've never like channeled a specific person that I'm remembering, and I remember like a certain look or vibe, but I didn't understand it. It's the sense of, well, it's the approach of like being really confident and not really understanding. Like you would have to be in that person's shoes as an insecure person, or whatever the emotions they felt. It was kind of one of those things for me. And now that I'm sitting here, I'm remembering, getting flashbacks of certain things, people, places, and things, and also this person. And this person was like really angry, and they actually look at me like, a motherly figure that I actually know biologically. They're like, I feel like you guys are like, why are you talking like that? No, but like, I just want to be as very appropriate and civilized as much as possible. So I decided to take out an oracle card because I want to know like what's going on. I do follow the moon and the sun. The sun is in Pisces and the moon is in Cancer. Um, so cancers, they say that they are very sweet, but my dealings with cancers, they're very interesting. I feel like cancers, they would be the person to go to a sociology class and a psychopath class and or criminology, anthropology, forensic anthropology or anthropology type stuff. Like anything dealing with the mind and like the intellect, like like psychology and stuff like that. Um, because it's just the vibes that I get from them. They're not so like, I don't know if it's like their upbringing, but I've been like I've been to like high levels of, I've been to like places, and I've been to like high income neighborhoods, and I met high income people and I met low income people and I met the middle, and it's been very pretty much the same thing. They kind of have that same, you know what I'm saying? Um, you definitely wouldn't catch a cancer. You know what I'm saying? Um, okay, so it's something like that. Um, but I'm just saying, like, they kind of give off a vibe towards me. And it's the same type of, like, you gotta be there. Because for me, obviously, me picking it up and trying to understand it, it doesn't really go that well. So, yeah. So, yeah. Um, yeah, we have Cancer. We have the Chariot and we have the Strength card here. We also have 78 or 87 could be important. This could be somebody's door number, okay? Or I'm getting this is about a doorknob, so something could be 7 inches, 8 centimeters, or something like that. Um, yeah, and then we have the Star card here. So I do see that this is an energy of maybe someone getting their wish, someone is healing. Okay, there is healing in a situation. Something is definitely like standing out like a sore thumb. I think there are people, places, and things that are remembering you, and they are kind of getting what they want. But I do feel like the thing about Pisces, people like to say that Pisces are very creative, but they have a hard time, grounding things. Out of all the Pisces that I've met, they have emotional problems. They're very smart, They get places, but I do see that they don't get to be place, okay? You're very smart, you're great at painting, but you would have all the arts and crafts, but you are never able to open your exhibit, your own gallery or anything like that. Almost all the Pisces that I've met, like, it's like that. It's such a struggle for them. But Pisces, like at this time right now, there is a lot of ideas, a lot of potential. But I would just say the good thing about this energy, Pisces, you can't really see everything. They are controlled by Neptune, okay? So someone could be getting their wish, with you in a bad or negative way, but there is like something that they're not able to see. The Star card and this Oracle card, it is a healing card, but it also is fragment. It's called fragment. So it is a good and bad card, right? So it depends on like what the situation is for you guys. With the Strength card here, this is Leo, okay? I do feel like you guys reached the level of hierarchy in yourself. This could be a car. Maybe this is about maybe somebody having, helping you out. This could be transportation, okay? Or something that is highly in your favor, okay? I just want to be very careful with this message because for some reason I want to be very careful in not exposing, your protection. I kind of want to say it's a sort of protection, like your confidence. It could be anything, okay? You will definitely feel like very confident. Something will feel like assured, and if you guys are not probably feeling that way, it's probably being projected to something else. This is something that's more on a personal level, right? I'm saying this because I'm actually going through that, and I'm tapping into a certain energy, right? So this is more on a personal level, okay? For you guys. Now, if you're not able to resonate with it, then I would say, who are you angry at? Okay, who you feeling some type of way about? You need to work on yourself. That's basically what this is. So let's get in some tarot. I don't really use the oracle cards unless I use it for like my other situation, my other channel. So yeah, but this kind of feels a bit dangerous. Like it feels like chess, but it's like two kind of like, dangerous people. I'm not saying that you're dangerous, but you kind of are giving off a vibe to people that you're, a triple threat, homicide, you can make something, look a certain way. I'm definitely getting like, if this is about like a case of like a murder case, a theft situation, I'm definitely getting like nothing is to the extreme because you're quite ignorant, you know what I'm saying? But it really feels like this person has written a story for you, and I'm definitely getting somebody told all your business out there. This is through, I don't really know if this is through anger. I just feel like this person is coming off like a Pisces, so you're Pisces, so Pisces probably did this. Or maybe if it was not a Pisces, this is somebody who just has like a big mouth. Like, yeah. And you're just kind of like, what? I'm not really getting it. It's pretty genuine on you guys' side. Okay, you guys could have went through a court case as well. You're going through a court case where somebody wants to put you through court again, but it's like they have no relations with you. There's no like contact with you, so it's like, why are you coming after someone? And I think this is where the judge is going to be like, honestly, like it's very clear that you're racist or you're being discriminating, or it's very clear that you just have a personal problem with this person. I know we're not going in that direction when it comes to, they don't want to pull the card of like, okay, this is personal. I'm not going to go after this. This is harassment. Even though someone didn't say it's harassment, they're like, this is harassment. I don't want to pull that card. That's not the direction that we're going in. But it's like the strength card, it means that something's doubling, okay? If you're used to getting $100, maybe you're getting twice the amount of $100, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's something to look at, I'm out of breath. Maybe you guys run in the forest. You guys like do track, you know what I'm saying? I would also monitor like what someone is feeding you, because they may know like what slows you down and stuff like that. I'm not saying this is a hater, but I feel like that person, like remember I was saying like, oh, that person that I didn't really understand at the time because I was so confident, you know, you're definitely coming back to that energy. So this could be a situation where you may not suspect this person. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it could be because of a Pisces and Cancer energy, because normally people would expect a Pisces but not a Cancer because they're so sweet. They're very manipulative, but my dealings with Cancers, you know what I'm saying? So, here we have the Empress, so it could be your mother. This person could be married, but we have the Justice card. This is 3 major arcanas in a row. So we have the Empress, the Hierophant, we have the Justice card in reverse. This person is just straight up wrong. That's it. Also, the way that somebody got pregnant, for example, it was completely wrong. I don't know if this person left a fire sign. I don't know, like that is just something different. I'm not too sure. But yeah, like it's like this person had sex with this person, and I feel like this person wasn't really all the way into it, and they got pregnant or something like that. I'm not saying it's rape, but it kind of feels like someone took their shot, and that's how that happened. So now they're like, oh well, you know, on their high horse, like yeah, and it's like I'm definitely not parading that around for myself, you know. So the Justice card came out upright now, so yeah. So, we do have the Hierophant and Justice card. I made this short and sweet, so I'm definitely getting this is something to deal with the court system. So you guys could be going through court. You guys could be going through a situation with welfare, a domestic violence situation. This could be school. This could be your job. This could be a corporate job. I'm definitely getting there's some exposure that's happening with this job here. I do feel like there was a middleman in the situation here. There was a Libra is what I'm getting specifically. A Libra, they did choose to be on the wrong side at first, but now they're on the right side. And they're like, listen, look, this ain't right, you know. Yeah, I actually had like a situation like to that Empress energy story. It was almost like somebody at the time, I'm just gonna keep it real because you guys know how I keep it real. It was like almost at the time like this person was definitely intoxicated, and he kind of was giving me a vibe of like, oh, like just say that you're accidentally pregnant, you know what I'm saying, by him being in a certain state. And I'm like, hell no. Like that's kind of like borderline rape, where I would be like the cause of something. And on my family, at least on my father's side, like no, that's not. We're very like we're very proper, you know. We don't do that. We're very traditional, and it was definitely a non-color family, you know, that was getting that vibe from, ex-boyfriend situation, right? So it was just very like, I was like, yeah, we don't roll that way. I wouldn't be disowned. We don't do stuff like that. We're not like that, but it would definitely be like, I'll give you that look because I give the look too. Like, we're not like that at all. We just know not to do that shit. Um, so with the Hierophant, yeah, like there's definitely some exposure that would be exposed here. It definitely looks like that person that was on the wrong side, a Libra, they're looking at your situation and they're like, like there's definitely some questions that I have for this mysterious person, or they have some questions for you, but pretty much all the answers is there by your demeanor, okay, by your attitude, your confidence here, because it's coming off not as a genuine situation, but it's coming off like as like I'm reading your script, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, all right, like yeah, we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like maybe this person is not able to catch on that maybe there was some foul play going on here. It's just questions. But from what I'm reading from the cards, it's saying that there were definitely, like, it's like you're giving all the information or you're giving all the money, but it's not really being reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? And this person's not able to detect that. This is very, like, you know, it's natural. It's not a classic. This is definitely a classic. Because I feel like this is rare. Like this doesn't really come up in conversations, or you don't really see this in documents or in corporate situations. It's like this is the type of stuff like people bypass. Like people bypass by the fine print. Like when you open a new bank account, nobody really reads the fine print. You know, they're just like, well, I have a bank account, put money in there, and that's it. You know, this is something where it's like, you know, And I just want to say, like, again, these are two major arcanas. So major arcanas are very important. It's pretty much universal. It's universal cards, meaning like I like to think of it like worldwide. Like a lot of people are going through this. Like a lot of people have their first kiss, right? People have to take showers. Like almost everybody have to take shower, right? Or you would develop, like a health problem. That's like how the major arcanas are. Pages of wand, I mean, like the cards that are not like major arcanas, you don't really have to be talked to by, a fire sign, a Pisces, for example. Like you can go throughout your life and not talk to a Pisces. That's it. Universal cards is like you have to work. You have to like take a shower. You have to eat, you know? So this is a very important reading. This is on like all scales. I really feel like, someone stopped playing the card of like, I'm innocent. And as time went on, you are proven as you're innocent. Your story does look out. It definitely looks like this Libra or the justice system, the judge is definitely looking at a big question mark when it comes to you and this person, but mostly this person, because it's coming off like I could feel it, or I could see in your statement that you were really trying to come for somebody. You know what I'm saying? This is very personal. You're purposely making mistakes. Like you're purposely doing this. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna pull out this card again, but we're gonna pull out this card. This is why I say it's important to stay authentic and don't lie, because you don't know that person that's coming along. You don't know what that person's been through. You know what I'm saying? And excuse me, you can always take a chance. I mean, the more you can take a chance, but like be careful what you gamble on, because you may gamble on a person where they just know that energy. You know what I'm saying? And it may be a rare energy that you channel, but you never know if that person has went through that. Like they understand that. You know what I'm saying? We have the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So yeah, this could be about a relationship here. Okay, like we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, so there's no confusion. It's pretty obvious that somebody had their hands in something that they weren't supposed to have their hands in. Okay, but that's why something went bad. But why do I feel like it's like, is that really the problem though? Because this is one of those situations where it's like, all right, the judge. Let's just talk about like the judge, right? Let's just say you're dealing with a court system, right? So like, let's just say the judge does what you did, right? Let's just say you were like, I don't know, going into the store and drinking orange juice, right? And you weren't supposed to do that. Of course, you got to buy it, right? And then drink it. But you were going to the store. This judge is doing the same exact thing that you're doing here. And I feel like the kind of twist this is about, since this is about the star card, but also fragment, right? It's like in order to find some information, or in order to like allow something, you will also have to hustle it as well. You would also have to experience it as well. As I was just saying, it's interesting how that came full circle. You have to experience it as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the moral of like what somebody's understanding is, it's like, okay, well, you know what? This is literally like a situation of somebody having no choice. I had no choice. This person was gonna set me up regardless. So it was either, do you want to be happy and naive, or do you want to know about it, and just get set up that way. You know what I'm saying? So to be more specific, to be more pinpointed, the judge goes and talks to a person that they're not supposed to be talking to. Like they could be talking to a drug addict, or this could be a dirty drug. They could be talking to a dealer or whatever. And this person, they say something, or they are that question mark. Just their presence, like their placement on a chess piece. It's like, oh, like I didn't think it would be, or I didn't know it would be the Queen of Wands. And you would say that because the Queen of Wands, I mean, you would think that because the Queen of Wands is famous, you wouldn't think it would be Chris Brown, a celebrity, in other words. They're famous. The Queen of Wands is known to be very famous. She's into, she's not a mother. She has her own business. She's famous. She is very active. She's very creative. She's into the magical realm, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's interesting. Like, why are you in that placement? Or is this about, is this about like, for some of you guys, somebody didn't know that there was another woman. They didn't know there was another woman or another man, okay? So like, this person could be walking around, you know what I'm saying, not knowing that they want a vital piece in some type of like grand scale. But I really feel like this is about a judge seeing this about a person, and they're like, oh wow, like, now, like, this is one of those situations where they would have to step down. Like, I can't no longer be a judge. It kind of seems like somebody went through something for 8 years, or they weren't supposed to pull strings to contact this person, and I was like, I would have to step down. So now the choice would have to be, it's like, okay, do I step down, or do I let the truth come out here? Now, I feel like if this person steps down, I do feel like this is going to be a little bit intimate, like where it's kind of like a fairy tale. I'm painted that way because that's what I'm channeling. It's like, okay, I'm a judge, I step down, you don't know my identity, but I still like to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still vibe with you. You know what I'm saying? But if this person's like, I like my job, I'll keep it a secret. You know what I'm saying? And, because it's going to come out with the star card here in Fragment. It's going to come out because you're playing into somebody's story. But it's like I said, it's going to come out that you're innocent. Or like something that you did or whatever, it was innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't know, but you may not be aware. You probably wasn't aware that it was a double-edged sword. Like, you were gonna go through it regardless. You just took the naive path subconsciously. Like, your whole family are drug dealers. Your whole family is pregnant. Your whole family is on welfare, or your whole family, they hustle, or your whole family, they live in houses. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that you guys did. I don't know if your family like willingly did it, but I'm definitely getting on you guys' side. You guys definitely was naive to something, and you keep saying like you're innocent, like that's not me, that's not that, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? You said your story, you wrote your statement, you tried to write your statement, you bought your stuff, and yeah. But I just see that there's somebody, like I said, you're falling into somebody's trap, air quote. But like I said, it's Pisces energy, so this person don't really see your protection. Yeah. And that's kind of like the story of like the path of like you being proven as innocent. It kind of seems like also somebody's been in jail for a very long time, and they finally got out after 15 years because the judge and lawyers couldn't find witnesses, information, and stuff like that. Not that you hid the information, or this is a situation where somebody hid the information, but it's just like maybe somebody has a really strong, confident family, and they decided to not talk until they had that one lawyer, and they were like, nah. Usually when people break into like styles like that, that usually means that they're hiding something underneath the table, or they're hiding something like in a cubby. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like, I have a feeling they say the right stuff. That's why, like I said, be careful who you gamble with, because you don't know where this person been through. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what this person learned as far as like the mental state. People that normally are tight with their family, they normally hide everything in the basement, for example. Like, it's a style that they're aware of that any other lawyers don't really have. So you will be proven as you're innocent, but it's pretty sad that somebody was in jail for 15 years, somebody got kicked out, you know what I'm saying? They had all these kids, or they never had children, and it was because of guys and females, they saw it was easy taking advantage of you. Maybe you guys got raped, maybe you guys were about to get raped, or somebody was a pedophile, somebody stole you, or something like that. It is coming out that you were innocent. Yeah. And just know, like, if you receive something or you resonate with this energy, just know that whoever pulled the strings, I don't know if they're going to get fired, but I think this person's going to really cover themselves really well. But I feel like you're going to get a vibe of, like, yeah, like, when so you was asking me those questions, or when you were, like, doing that stuff for me, you know what I'm saying? That shows that this person really, they did stuff. You know what I'm saying? This person could believe in a Bible, because um, I'm not going to say those names. But just know that, like, Jesus' kids and his disciples, their names are very important at this time. Like the star, like I said, the disciples. Let me get one more card. Can't breathe. Yeah, we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this is a really sad story because someone was not trying to feed you. They were not trying to share no money with you. They were really on some, like, tyrant shit. Like, they were really, like I said, like, in the last reading that I put up, like, it was like I told you, I shared this story to you guys where, like, I was struggling for a minute. And I'm saying, like, almost, it wasn't almost a year, but it was almost a year, moving from house to homes. And I would never forget. And I think this is the reason why I have this blessing in my life right now. I don't, but I had a feeling. And I feel like this person and the event was so extreme because something big happened to me because I channeled it. But I spoke about it. But I'm like, even if I was to not speak about it and things would have went down, the way it went down, the fact that I spoke about it and the person had the potential to do it, that means in the back of my head, then I technically was correct. You know what I'm saying? Not entirely, but that kind of is, there's some truth to it. That's how I take it, Like, anybody's capable of, like, being famous and rich and stuff like that. You just got to put the work in, or you have to have the right wiring. That's what that means with the codes, you know? But yeah, like, in the other reading, I was saying, like, I was really struggling. I wasn't really trying to eat the person's food because I didn't want it to be thrown in my face. But people are like, hey, you got to do what you got to do. But there are some times where you got to starve. You know what I'm saying? Never when you're pregnant, But there's some times you got to starve. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, when it's family and when it's close friends and, you don't really do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I remember just going there and I was struggling, and I was hustling, and I came back a couple of days and I noticed that this person had a lot of, like, toys and things in her house, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this is very interesting. I said, you didn't really care to, like, share these things, yeah? And I was, like, doing a lot. I didn't do a lot because, I did a lot for her, but I didn't do that much, I feel like a lot, was me taking care of her child, especially because of the circumstances. And I'm like, this is not acceptable. But it's like, hey, but still in all, like, I just thought that, not thought, but I just think that it was just very, like, what do you mean? Like, I'm going to act dumb real quick because it's like, what do you mean? And it's like, what do you mean what I mean? I'm like, of course, I'm not going to, come at you because I'm like, this is your stuff. You have your children, right? It's always your kids, You shouldn't really do anything with them. So, that's just my observation. And thank God, they're very intellectual and smart. Um, I think that's why. That's the blessing for them. But yeah, like, this person that you guys are dealing with, like, this person was really not trying to do shit for you. With the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Pentacles represents a distribution, an equal distribution. And when it's in reverse, it means that, like, something's definitely one-sided, honey. And we do have the Eight of Wands again. Remember I said that a judge or a Libra wants to go talk to somebody, and it looks like this person wants to go talk to, like I said, a Queen of Wands. The Eight of Wands came out with the Emperor. This is the boss. This is like your father, your mother. So it's kind of like a habit, right? It's kind of like we're going to the second electron and the third electron, or the third ring, the third shell, the first shell, the second shell. Like if you guys know anything about like electrons, chemistry, and stuff like that. And it seems like this is like the boss is really not trying to give you shit at all. They weren't trying to pay you, they weren't trying to feed you, they weren't trying to do anything. And like I said, the judge or Libra, it don't have to be specifically a Libra, okay? But like a judge, a Libra, or somebody who's very fair-minded, you know, somebody who's probably in a law firm, or maybe who is very, you know, diverse. This person, like I said, they said that, listen, I gotta either step down or I either have to, like, you know, share, like I either have to just wait and like figure and come out, because people are going to see this person's story too. They're going to come out with you naturally, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be proven that you and this person are innocent. Like if somebody thought that you liked somebody, but it was very clear that this person was touching another individual and you're like, I'm not, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's going to come out that you were innocent, okay? Because it's like, I don't know what it is, but with this trump card here, maybe a Leo is going to expose something to you here. Maybe a car. Yeah, because I'm definitely getting like, while somebody's getting, look at that, we have Libra behind this, the star card here. So something like maybe ends with the Libra. Yeah, and it's like, maybe somebody was trying to figure out like, oh, should I go to this Libra or should I go? And I think this Libra's going to come back to you, because we have the star card, we have the justice card, the world card here, and the lovers and the wheel of fortune. That's usually, and we got the sun card, Leo, and it's like a happily ever after, like, oh, it's you, like, you know, I knew, like this person probably thought you were cheating or doing something, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, that person's like, I'm not doing anything, yada yada yada. So at the end of the day, you're being proven as innocent. And I think the guy that left you or the girl that left you, whatever, and the guy's like, I didn't know like that person was really trying to do that. I didn't know that that person was, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, I told you my story. I did all that, and you still didn't believe me. And it's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. And it's like, yeah, like the welfare food stamps is taking a little too fucking long if somebody's pregnant. You know what I'm saying? And we have power again. It's like, how are you saying it's for the food stamps, it's for the child, and me, or the food stamps is for the child, and I'm like, in order the child is not here, I should be getting the food stamps during the first month, or just the first 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting paid, right? So why is it that it's taking 2 months or 3 months? You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Are you trying to kill the kid? Because who's gonna, like, suppose somebody was like on the street or in a shelter, or shelter's not really helping with food and stuff like that. But it's like, suppose like somebody was on the street, you know what I'm saying? Like, does that make any sense to have somebody wait that long? Like, what if their baby father, their baby mama, or their mom is not helping them? What? Either you like, met your car's pantry. What if the pantry's got bad food and you miscarriage? Up, well, next. And it's like, no, like, this is a crime. Like, you just now, like, killed my child, and it's your fault. Like, the responsibility does need to be taken. Doesn't make any sense to me, because right now I'm on my third month, and it just doesn't make any sense to me, because I'm like, I literally like trying to find sheltering and stuff like that. Like, I literally started bleeding because I did not eat. You know what I'm saying? It's really a thing here, and people just look at you like, oh well, and this is why it's important to just not get knocked up and follow your mother or your dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very important, because now you're struggling out here because your mother and your father, or generations before that, they're all hustling, and scamming through their children. You know what I'm saying? So I know you guys are like, easy for you to say, but it's because I created my path, the way I created my path, and I was very strong-minded. I went through some stuff, and I've always said no and no to my mom, and I finished things that I finished, graduated, and I've met people successfully. I still know them, and I don't know. I think it's more for her to like step back and analyze. Okay, well, maybe I am right, because I don't know if she still knows people, but based off of what I know, what I've seen, it doesn't look like she still knows the individuals. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this kind of seems like a big story. I don't know if this is like a court case or like something, like, I don't know if this is like about I don't know, but this kind of feels like a big court case. Like somebody was in jail for years, or somebody was doing something for years, and they've been trying to say that they're innocent. And yeah, why should I feel like I go on YouTube and I see a story like this, or I go on Netflix, Hulu, whatever, and I see a story like this, and it's like, wow, you know, it's like what's his name, Teddy, where he was like, I think raping or like killing all those girls, and he was like, I'm innocent, and then in the end, he proved that he wasn't innocent. Some shit popped up, a girl, whatever, and it's something like that for years and years. Like, you've been wondering, like, where these females are going. Like, you would never think it would be him because he wears a suit, he does this, he does that. You would never think that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whoa, it's you all along. But I think in the end, he looked sloppy. He looked like he was sweating. So, I don't know. But it's something like that. Yeah. It's a pretty long one, but yeah.